G'day and welcome to Game 2 between MindGames and OneMove lower bracket quarterfinals in the Eastern European regional qualifiers for TI11. MindGames have won Game 1 and are one more game away from progressing to the next round and potentially keeping their TI dream alive. OneMove, however, did put up a good showing in Game 1, had good momentum with the bristleback pick, and just faltered at their timing window. So I expect a good showing here from OneMove and potentially even leveling the series up against MindGames. Initial bans, Batrider and Undying. Timbersaw. The Timbersaw being banned generally when you want to pick some strength tanky heroes, so you don't have a Timbersaw dealing out a lot of damage quickly to them. On the side of OneMove, they get rid of the Visage, which is obviously a timing-based strat, but not wanting to deal with that this game, like they did last game. Marcy, Ursa, and Pudge being banned out. Obviously, that Pudge ban comes after the Timbersaw was shown, I believe. So yeah, Timbersaw gets banned, and you go, well, what big strength tanky hero would they like to pick? We'll get rid of the Pudge, just to make sure that is out of the pool. Chen and Quap opening picks for OneMove. Chen seems to have a very successful win rate. Very successful hero. Get those core aura items and you just fight around those auras and do really, really well. Queen of Pain, though, not really an aura enjoyer until much later on. And can become quite strong right click if she picks up an AC herself. But certainly can benefit from a bit of burst heal to keep them alive and get that blink off. MindGames' first two picks, the Enchantress and the Death Prophet. Actually, it's been a while since I've seen a game where the Chen and the Enchantress both make it through the draft. The Enchantress and Death Prophet, very strong opening picks. Enchantress can deal out that pure damage later on, plus provide the creeps early on to harass the lane. And interestingly, I learnt tonight, after an Enchantress game was already played previously, the creeps deal damage to towers. A lot of damage. I saw an Enchantress game earlier this night where the Enchantress dealt over 10k damage to buildings. Over 10k damage to buildings. So, the highest on their team. And it certainly wasn't from the Enchantress's right clicks. It had to be the creeps. So, certainly something to keep in mind. A little bit of split push from those creeps. And I guess those Skelly boys if they get spawned and get to hit towers. Second round of bans, the Beastmaster, Vision being taken out, very similar to the Batrider, and strong targeting ability. You know, Batrider and Beastmaster are very similar heroes in a lot of ways they function. Lena being that last ban. Lena we've seen tonight be very, very powerful. Particularly go that right click build, get a BKB, Daedalus, Satanic, and you can pretty much mow down an entire team solo if you get a roll on with those items. So MindGames picked a bit of disruption in the team fight, go for the Clockwork. Death Prophet and Enchantress both thrive well if they aren't the sole attention of the fight of OneMove. So Death Prophet likes to have a little bit of attention on it because then you get the value from the Spirit Siphon. And so you want to soak a little bit of damage as a Death Prophet, but you don't want to be the sole attention. So Clockwork, by hooking in, will generate quite a bit of attention for their team and allow the Ghosts and the Exorcism and the Enchantress to go to work. Mars being picked by OneMove. I've really enjoyed Mars in these qualifiers. And at ESL1 Malaysia prior. Mars just seems like a good all-round hero. Can clear waves, can have good lockdown, big AoE control ulti, and can really get into good physical damage later. If you go down the Desolator route with the Aghanim Scepter, you can start to really deal out the damage. Now Tiny, a blast from the past. Tiny's back. Tiny's back, and what are we thinking about in this draft? Probably the POS 4. Unless we're seeing a safe lane Tiny from OneMove, I mean, I'd be all for it. I think with the Timbersaw taken out, Undying out as well, there is a Phoenix still available. Something to keep in mind. But I'd be down to see a core Tiny. I doubt it is. I think it's a 4. The ability still to toss back heroes and maneuver them is really, really strong. And if we look at the Mars and the Tiny together, these are 2 heroes that both have the ability to move the opposing heroes around. So with the spear and with the toss, you can get some heroes out of position quite easily. You know, spear someone back, toss them back even further, and all of a sudden they're quite a long way away from their team. MindGames picking up the Ember Spirit. Just looking at their players. Yeah, I do believe that's an Encrad mid Ember Spirit. I don't think Dino Zavrik plays the Ember from the safe lane. It has been seen a little bit recently, Ember safe lane, but I think it'll be a mid Ember to lane up against this Quap. It's not a terrible matchup. You do have the Magic Damage Absorb and the Sleight of Fist spam to try and get the Queen of Pain to back off a little bit in the lane. And just another hero that benefits from a little bit of chaos in the fight. You know, Ember Spirit likes to have, a bit like Death Prophet, likes to have a little bit of attention on themselves in the fights. They've got a little bit of Magic Absorb. They want a few spells to be cast on them. But they don't want the whole shebang. So a little bit of casual sort of sustain from the side of MindGames here. Nothing incredible, but certainly not straight up damage and burst. A little bit of sustain to keep them alive. Final bans will be Morphling for MindGames, and PL and Faceless Void are taken up by OneMove. I think that's a excellent ban on the Faceless Void. If that made it through as a final pick, that could have been signed curtains for OneMove. So certainly a very good ban there. Both teams looking for a pos 1, unless OneMove has sold the bluff on this Tiny. Terrorblade taken as well. So what do we still have? Juggernaut, we have Troll. PA's out as well. Pudge has been removed. Juggernaut, Troll. Yeah, I mean, maybe Luna's still in the pool, but I don't think it's a Luna pick at the moment. Drow would actually be not bad with OneMove's draft. They've got a fair bit of front line. Drow does provide a lot of damage to burst with Tiny Combo and Mars. Just follow up. I mean, Drow's so far out of the meta, they'd have to you know, install a previous version of Dota to actually see Drow on the pick screen. But it will be the Troll. It will be the Troll. I think for lack of better choices. Lifestealer? Lifestealer is still in the draft. Thinking about Lifestealer. I think Lifestealer will just get blown up. I don't think Lifestealer is a good match against Troll at all. If Troll gets to hit a Lifestealer, then he doesn't live. Do they have enough kite for this Troll? You know what? I think if this Troll gets an axe, chains to spell off, I guess you can't spell silence. Use silence, but enchant to spell off. There's not really many stuns in this draft. I mean, it's Clockwork Hook and Cogs. Clockwork Hook and Cogs is the only real stuns they have here. So MindGames potentially looking for a carry that has a bit of control. I mean, Sven's in the pool. It's the Alchemist, so we'll take the with the Unstable Concoction. We'll look for a little bit of control, but ooh, I once again like the draft of OneMove. I think if MindGames misplays this even once, and this Alk doesn't have a perfect game, I think OneMove will bring this home pretty convincingly. Bobble matches reasonably well up against the Alchemist. You know, he still suffers from all issues against the Alchemist, as the Alchemist is going to have a much stronger timing, get those early items faster. But if they can hang on here, OneMove, which in game 1 demonstrated that they have the ability to play well around the map, they certainly shouldn't be counted out of this game too. And if anything, the cosmetics on the Mars with that Medusa on the shield, you know, with Aegis, they got a scary draft. To do these, sure.
Hilarious.
Adios.
Oh my god!
Okay, so 5-man smoke movement from MindGames heading out the top lane. They do have their obs wards with them. Slayer leading the way with the battery assault, hoping to try and catch someone out. Although you probably want, I mean, there's not their level 1 fight isn't particularly great if they don't get on top of someone. I mean, sure, if they can get on top of someone, yeah, the battery assault will slow them down enough for the following damage to come through. But in terms of this this level 1 fight, not so much. So there's a ward already planted on this sort of weird high ground here from Move, so they'll see this movement coming through. They'll see, well, actually not quite. No, they don't actually see them. The obs vision doesn't quite reach there, so they don't see these heroes. Hopefully no one doesn't just waltz up this high ground accidentally. So
His brain is so big.
I think there's still another obs ward for Move. Just check through.
Oh my god!
Where have they planted there too? Am I just a little bit blind here?
I love winning.
I love winning. I can't see it. Did they not bring it out? Have they still got... They still have wood in stock. No? I'm just blind. Could be on the map somewhere. Ah, he's gonna walk up. Oh no, the tower sees him. So they know there is a wood somewhere. Well, I think the vision from the hero actually just saw him there. Yeah, so... so it's planted here. I think they're standing right on top of it. So there is a wood on this lower riverside for Move. Secondary obs still to be planted for the side of MindGames. Yeah, Encrad's holding on to it at the moment. So at the moment, both teams will grab a pair of bounty rooms each and move off to the lane. So in the mid lane, Encrad on the Ember Spirit starting with the Quelling Blade will be laning against Melagel on the Queen of Pain. The safe lane for MindGames, Dino Zavrik on the Alchemist, supported by Bingham on the Enchantress. They'll be laning up against Afterlife, playing the Mars, and Sayu on the Tiny. Up in the safe lane for Move, Smiling Knight will have the Troll Warlord, supported by the Chen, being played by Pantomime. They'll be laning against Slayer on the Clockwork and the POS 3 BB3 piece Death Prophet, who actually didn't get any starting regen. Who needs regen? There it is, just send it out afterwards. Regen, so bad, not necessary. Just get stats. He's got actually +6 all stats, a full magic 1 +3 additional iron branches. That is absolutely insane. He knows all about the GG branches. Creep pull just occurring a little bit at the top lane. So the creep wave is now meeting here. This is where we meet things. Deny on the range creep, actually. Well done by Bingham. Super important play right there. So the XP on this Tiny will not reach level 2 very fast. Tossing actually across, but not really for a lot of effect. He'll throw out another impetus shot, just for good measure. In the mid lane, Melagel and Encrad, both 5-1, 5-2, so evenly trading for the time being. Both should send out their bottle reasonably. Yep, both going to be sending out their bottle in a moment. And in the top lane, Tower, they have the creeps underneath the tower. Missing that last hit there, Smiling Knight. Ooh, even with the Quelling Blade, that's a feels bad. Large creep is blocked up at the moment. Stun. Concoction will go out onto Afterlife. He'll turn around, got a bracer, a couple of Iron Branches. He's pretty tanky. Holding a point at the moment. Got level 2, but just holding it. Deciding whether he wants the Spear of Mars. I mean, I'm sure he'd get the Spear of Mars, yeah. So I can't believe him really getting a Bulwark level 2 instead of the Spear of Mars. Certainly would be an interesting choice. So both mids will be refilling their bottles with the water runes, and they'll be fine to regen heading into the later stages of this laning phase. Dino Zavrik already with the Pointing Grievel's Greed, so looking to accelerate that farm nice and quickly. Acid Spray can really control the lane and help you force back the opposition heroes, but if you feel comfortable getting the last hits even without forcing them back, then grab that Grievel's Greed and you'll be fine. Nice little deny there from Smiling Knight on that range creep. Range creep denies, if you don't know, give more XP and gold than well, range creeps give more XP and gold than the melee creeps, so certainly valuing those range creeps over the melee ones. Afterlife level 3 at bottom now, once again holding a skill point. And he's pretty safe on this lane. He's pretty happy. Concoction is being charged up, but once again won't actually be for anything. Top lane, Smiling Knight's been gone on, but the cogs don't quite catch him inside. I think that probably would have been a kill if he caught him inside with the cogs. So MindGames Slayer almost getting onto Smiling Knight, but not quite enough. Encrad unable to dodge that Shadow Strike. In fact, I'm not sure if it is disjointable anymore, the Shadow Strike. Have to do a little bit of testing on that. He's taking a lot of clicks here. Elagel will eventually Encrad get out the flame, but yeah, he's gonna glyph up the wave and he's gonna keep flicking him. Oh my goodness. He died here? Just cut through. There you go. Oh, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. I missed mid lane kill as well. Don't watch. Get the T2s out. Oh no. Don't let it be one of those games. Once you miss one, you just miss them all. Won't be. So the top lane. Smiling Knight should still be able to farm pretty well here, although BP 3-piece is level 4. He's sort of bodying this lane. 17 last hits to 20, so it's not too bad, but in terms of the XP, he's going definitely the way of MindGames. So you could get a combo over onto, I think they have enough burst. Yeah, here we go. There's the combo. Austin. Oh, the spear will miss. Move. And now they turn around with the concoction, charging it up. Acid spray down on top. Damage will be coming through. Bingham will keep clicking. He's got another impetus hit, and Afterlife, I think he will end up going down here. Oh, the clutch avalanche comes through and saves his life. Actually, secondary stun coming through. The last impetus hit will do the job. Oh, the avalanche was almost enough to save his friend. So a little bit of misplay on the bottom lane from Move with the spear. Probably would have got the kill onto the Enchantress, but instead ends up losing the kill on Troll Warlord. Troll Warlord on the Mars. They're both angry fellas. They're coming in now. They're stunned, channeling up, so saving it. Avalanche still holding it for the additional stun. And I think with the right clicks, they might have enough. No, the wand. Wand and a salve, and it'll be just fine. I think if he did the toss avalanche combo and doubled up the avalanche damage, he probably would have had enough. But instead he tried to go for a little bit more control and length of control. I think they just went for the pure burst. I think they had enough damage there. Phase boots on Smiling Knight, so he's pretty happy in this lane. Can move around nice and freely. Shouldn't get caught. Are you kidding me? Maybe it is. The Melodule level 6 in this mid lane, and Crad level 6 as well, being able to bottle TP back, refill his bottle and his health if he gets a little bit low. One of the advantages of being the Ember Spirit.
Even the master falters.
Throws out the high five, but Melagil doesn't fall for that one at the moment. Moving into the mid game, I think the tower push from these Exorcism plus the support of a Clockwork is going to be pretty scary for Move to try and defend against. Instead, they might just decide to try and counter push on other lanes. Oh my!
Even my lesser foes are resembling.
You can see my face right now. Afterlife with the triple bracer build, getting the kill on Alchemist bottom. Catapult wave coming in. They might actually get a little bit of damage. Central Conqueror is here to just dissuade their aggression a little bit. Catapult will get a few more hits, but not too many. The tower will get onto it now, and it will go down. This is a flag bearer wave, so bonus gold. I mean, he's putting all this damage into this creep, and it's just going to expire. So that's what feels bad for Afterlife there. Took a bunch of damage trying to kill that creep, and it just expires, and he doesn't get the gold or the XP for it. BP 3-piece has the Owner Shadows ready with mana boots. Exorcism's ready to go as well. It's scary on this top lane. Those are our net worth, so we can see top 3 heroes are all actually on the side of Move. Getting the most out of the lane. Ankrad hasn't had a good lane mid against the Quap, so you can see disparity, about 500 gold, not too much for the Embers to catch up. He will be able to get that later on once he starts farming up some jungle creeps with the Flame Guard. Probably grabs himself a Maelstrom as well. Farm will increase. Slayer being gone on top. Actually got the Ghost and the Chain Lightning on top of him. He'll take a lot of damage. Might not go down. He's still got the cogs to play around with, so won't die, but certainly takes a fair beating. We'll have to use that salve to get himself back up and healthy. Sonic Wave not yet used, so sort of waiting for a side lane rotation. In fact, Ankred's come top first. Slayer's here with the battery. Surely they're going to get him. Crypt Swarm comes out and they will get the kill. It's just a Chen after all. They don't really want to commit too much on that. The Chen creeps though would be a nice pick. Exorcism. I sort of get the feeling an Exorcism is coming. Mid lane, Dino Zabrak is going to get tossed back in. There'll be an Avalanche as well. So he doesn't have the mana. Maybe if he used those 2 magic wands, he would have had enough. Exorcism has been popped top in the jungle. Ankrad's going up against Smiling Knight, and even though level 5 to level 8, he will scare the Ember Spirit back. Such is the nature of a Troll Warlord. So with the Exorcism, the Ghost will take down this top tier 1 tower. Melagil still not getting any value out of this Sonic Wave. Pretty, you know, as a Quap, you want to make a quick rotation to a side lane, get a couple of kills with that Sonic Wave, and sort of snowball your farming. You don't want to rely on hitting creeps. Afterlife, he's going in. He's level 7. Oh, did they just walk straight past each other? I think he knows he's here. I think he's going to see him there now. Arena's going to come out. There's the stun into the wall, and he will go down. Chen with the creeps here. I mean, he was buying as much time Bingham as he could there. Glyph punished for trying to get the last hit. Glyph will come out. But yeah, you want to use that Sonic Wave. So with the Arcane Rune even, would love to make a rotation. Afterlife did end up getting that last hit, so a little bit of additional gold flowing his way. And look at just the stat build from Afterlife. 3 braces with the Falcon Blade phase boots. He's getting just value city from these items. So really sort of early game value build from Mars, but those braces will upgrade at the 25-minute mark. 2-man smoke. Melagil wants to use this Sonic Wave. Sayu does have 3 in Avalanche, 2 in the toss. And they're going to run into Slayer, who's actually level 6. In they go with the dagger. So run in with the cogs. Slow. Silence from BP 3-piece, but Melagil will be right to head away at the moment. The Spirit Siphon's still coming out on the Sayu, and that Strength Hero will go down. So no opportunity there to use the Sonic Wave. Didn't get to do it. Mars has been caught by Bingham. Or is it Bingham who's been caught by Mars? pendants come out. There's an arena in 3. I don't think they'll continue to try and dive on that. Battle Fury is still a ways away for Smiling Knight. Just trying to defend this mid tower with a couple of spells, which he will do. Keep the creeps out. 10 creeps. The deny, maybe? Ah, no, the Remnant. He's trying to get the deny on the DD rune. Little cute little play there from Pantomime. Wasn't quite there fast enough with the creeps. BP3 piece holding on to Exo now again. Probably that mid tower has got its name on it. There's some creeps coming in. Stun. Both stuns miss actually, and he's just going to end up feeding over 2 creeps. I think he does. One more hit for deny. Actually, deny isn't enough. Self-stun on the Alp off to the side, but won't really make too much of a difference. Yes. Net worth definitely is up, Date Garland. I'm learning. I'm getting better. The same, holding on to 10 stick charges. Really good to get additional combo off with the mana needed on a support Tiny. He's a long way from a Blink Dagger. 4 Tinies feel really good when they get the early Blink and can make some rotations. But if you're this 4 Tiny that is just forever poor and never gets the Blink early enough, then by the time you get it, the burst damage you have just isn't enough. Melajul has been spotted in the trees. We'll blink back away, but Slayer's there waiting. There is no hook shot available, so I think the blink in 3 seconds will be enough. All a heal. And ulti coming out. And actually, he comes in and immediately TPs out after the hook shot. Afterlife says, actually no. Actually no, that's not gonna do. That's not gonna do Slayer at all. Stun coming out under the effect of the acid spray. It's a DD and crowd. He's gonna remnant forward, and Sayu will toss him back for the sleight of fist. Will finish him off. And here's the exorcism. Mid tower with the name on it. Glyph immediately comes out. They're trying to delay it as long as possible. Hasted DD'd Ember coming through. That's a dead courier if I've ever seen it. Yeah. Will actually live a little longer. Don't think they can defend this against this hasted DD Ember right now. That's just asking for a little bit of trouble. Alchemist, while his team is making space and getting more space on the map to farm, he's down here, he's farming up, he's got the Radiance coming out, so his farm is going to spiral even faster now with the maxed out Greeble Greed and the Radiance. Will certainly be getting heaps out of the map. More than any other heroes on the side of Move. 2-man smoke. Melajul once again wants to use a... He doesn't have a Sonic Wave actually available. Maybe they're just baiting Afterlife on the mid lane. Sayu will go in. Has got the level 6. 3 and 3 build at the moment. Smoke will break on the tower. The Avalanche has got a hit. Oh, there's a Walker coming out. Avalanche toss. Coming through. Combination. After... Oh, you missed the spear again! I think the catch... Has the catch radius of the spear been changed? Slayer will get speared into the edge of the arena here and will go down. Eventually, they really want this tower. Move. Silence. Onto the quap. Sayu's back in. He's got another combo ready to go. He's level 4 Avalanche now. EP3 piece is posturing pretty aggressively. Got a BKB though. He's sort of baiting it. Sayu needs to combo. The silence comes out onto the Ember, but they actually spear him away. Afterlife, the luck with these spears this game is almost about the same luck I've had with catching those early kills. He's got none of them. Where actually goes down? I guess they came around back, still actually holding Sonic Wave. Sometimes heroes die, and I don't understand how. BP3 piece holding the BKB. BKB coming up next on the Alchemist. In terms of other items, Afterlife Has the blink, thinking about a BKB himself. He's very tanky with this starting build. Wait till 25 minutes, and that's going to take off as well. Melagil, after the Orchid, will go into the BKBs. Give me BKBs all around, I think. There's actually a 4-man rotation on top. A Melagil and Afterlife are getting pincered from both sides. They might get the kill on Slayer first, but they don't know there's actually more coming in. Melagil puts the blink out, but there's a silence. It doesn't catch on the Quap. All are healed. Hand of God comes out. Afterlife taking a lot of damage from the Impetus hits and the Spirit Siphon, but with that tanky build he has, he will just walk away and say thank you for the 5 stacks of the Occult Bracelets. I'll take that extra mana regen. So even though it was a 4-man collapse onto the 2 heroes' cores of move at top, they ended up just losing the one on MindGames and getting out scot-free on Afterlife. Afterlife and Melagil. Can't help but feel this game is slowing down a little bit too much for MindGames' liking. 3-man. Ooh, smoke comes out. They catch. And Crad. Oh, it's going to be too slow. He will Remnant to the north. He has no way to protect himself yet. No Yule Scepter to dispel that silence. Nothing that can help him get away. No BKB. On his Zavrik. A little bit vulnerable as well. Enchantress will just go down to a simple combo there from the Tiny and Quap. And a bit of collateral on the way out. MindGames are quite happy to sell the Enchantress down the river there and get their cores out of that top lane. Yeah, leaving the Enchantress there might seem like a weird play from MindGames, but it's really just trying to maximize the map. You know, you get your cores out, but you leave your silence on the Quap. Waiting. There is a hook shot available. I was just saying, it might seem like a weird play to leave the Enchantress there, but you want to still get value out of that part of the map. And if you leave your support there to try and clean up a couple of creep camps, that's fine. If they come and gank them, then you're like, cool, you ganked a support. You had a rotation, you used a smoke to come kill a support. If they don't come, then your support gets to farm those camps and you're happy. You know? Obviously, you don't want your support dying all the time, and you don't want it to die when you want to make a push, but certainly a situation like that, where you're just trying to get efficiency out of the map, it's perfectly fine to leave that Enchantress farming in that top jungle. So Ghosts are now being popped to try and take down Roshan. Roshan is half HP. Radiant's going to work as well as the Exorcism. I don't think there's going to be any contest from move. Roshan is about to die. Aegis will go over to the Alchemist. And Move just spent that time farming up a little bit further around the map. Smiling Knight has had the Battlefield for a little bit now, working towards the BKB. And the more this game slows down, the happier Smiling Knight is. Because late game, he will absolutely crush an Alchemist. Oh, they might even try and get a double kill on him here. He's out of position. There's the first death. No, they've taken one and they're out. So they're happy with the one kill. Get rid of the Aegis. There won't be any free pushes for MindGames. And they'll happily go away. Got a Blink Dagger. It's gotta go. EP. I think he'll be done. Excellent rotation there from Moon, just to take out the Alchemist. Little quick assassination hit. And get out of there. Yes, they use the arena, but it saves any threat to their high ground. There's certainly not going to be a high ground push without an Aegis on the Alchemist. Over to the side, they've actually caught Afterlife. Has a TP available, but no BKB to get on out. They will go ahead and buy the Mithril Hammer before he's dying to save that gold. The whole time, Smiling Knight. He's got his BKB coming out to him. It's delivered now. He's getting bigger and bigger. Bottom lane's been pushed in as well as a catapult. He probably doesn't want to show on the lane there for fear of TPs occurring, but thinking about maybe even TPing to the top lane himself if a team fight kicks off. 17 seconds on Mars. They probably want to wait on that. There is a blink on Sayu though. Melagil, not yet with the BKB. They're so close to this next tier of items. I think they just need to wait a little bit. 300 gold. Yeah, they're just gonna Sonic Wave it. Absolutely. This is perfectly acceptable. Just Sonic Wave this creep wave. Get the BKB gold. He's only 277 away. Keep farming up on Troll. Make sure you're maximizing the map. Mars is respawned. He's TP'd in to the mid lane, not to show. They have ward vision. Blink, toss in. They're going to catch the clockwork underneath the tower, and he'll be blown up very quickly. There's an avalanche available. God's Rebuke. He's holding on to a BKB Dino's Averick, but for the time being, he's not going to use it. Mars pops down the arena just to defensively run away. Sayu tosses him back. Keep him alive. Hand of God comes out. There's a stun onto the Tiny on the high ground. He will die, but the tier 2's still up, so the ghosts are not going to be used to hit high ground. And really, that was the sole objective of Move then. And look, the tier 2's not even going to go down. The back door's available. The creep wave's not even there. So, I mean, they lose a Tiny. They don't lose a tier 2. And this whole time, Smiling Knight is still farming. And he's almost at Basher. That was just perfect for Move. It couldn't have happened any better. Holding onto their tower, Exorcism being used, Smiling Knight not even need to come across, and now a pick off onto the Enchantress. It will try to with the hits. They need another blink. They don't have the mana. We'll get with the God's Rebuke. Oh, it's like moving in slow motion, trying to hit an Enchantress. Both of them, an int hero and a strength hero, walked into an Enchantress. What happens next? Absolutely nothing. And Crad has a way to get rid of that silence now with the Yules. To go into the Aghanim Scepter. So going more back for that magic damage build, Ember, that was popular, about 9 to 12 months ago. We've seen a bit of a resurgence of the physical damage Ember in the last few months, but going back to that magic damage, wants to be able to zip around. Maybe you can get a refresher orb after the Aghanim Scepter to recharge, get those charges back. It's really good at bursting as well. Smiling Knight, he's decided he wants to come fight. He's got Bash at BKB. They haven't seen Smiling Knight for the last 10 minutes. He's been completely off map. Oh, smoke pops. In comes the blink. Doesn't quite catch. There is a BKB. Will be popped immediately. No Exorcism. Footwork comes in with the cogs. Separating the middle of the fight. It's a two-man concoction, though. Onto the Quap. He will eventually get the blink off and be able to get away. Smiling Knight pops the BKB. In comes the arena. Catches out the Death Prophet. Smiling Knight, he wants to keep fighting. Actually, Yule's saving himself from the concoction. This troll, he's angry. He wants to keep going. Ancrag comes in. I'm not sure this is the best call. Avalanche comes out and the spear back into the tree. Smiling Knight, he's going to pop the ultimate and see you later. Ember Spirit, you got a little too big for your boots. This Smiling Knight troll, the bash is there as well. Although the ultimate is used. Oh, he gets pulled back with the Wild Ring Ripper. Flare will finish him off. All the heal doesn't quite come out early enough. Oh no. There might have been enough to save the troll. Another concoction over onto Chen. So, Move are pretty happy with that, really. Their troll does die, but they get a kill over onto the Death Prophet and the Ember. Enchantress as well. Troll and Chen for 3, so it's a 2 for 3 trade for Move. So, they're happy with that. Obviously, the Alk doesn't die, but I think it was a good use of the troll. He was very strong in that time. He's level 18. It was a good time to come in. And remember, every moment you delay against this Alchemist lineup, they did not win the fight. Alchemist didn't win the fight. Every time Alchemist doesn't win a fight, Move get closer to winning this game. Alk is the classic, I feel like I need more farm hero. More farm. Look at all the gold I'm getting. More farm. And you do want to do that and give Aghanim Scepters to your allies. And yes, it's really beneficial. Give them the Ag's Blessings. Get some extra buffs yourself. It's really good. But one of your heroes gives you, one of your abilities gives you more gold. And you do hit a point when getting more gold doesn't actually matter. It's more about positioning. It's more about the core items on the other team. And some heroes will still do what they need to do, whether they have 10k net worth or whether they have 20k net worth. Like this Tiny, he's got his Blink Dagger now. Like, he's happy. If he gets a 4-star, that's just bonus. He can do whatever he needs to do with this Blink Dagger. He can catch out an Alchemist with the Blink Dagger. Doesn't matter how much net worth you have, this Blink Tiny can get you. So there is a point when gold becomes not as worth as it once was. And Alk has to use that time. Look at the net worth graph. XP is actually going firmly in Move's direction. Actually, it looks like a team fight might be about to pop off. Smoke coming through. 5-man smoke. Afterlife's in the front. Chains will miss. Does hold the BKB responsibly. Oh, there's like a 3-man avalanche toss if he got in on there. Move are just chilling. They're actually going to try and catch on the bottom lane. Smiling Knight, as a BKB, is wanting not to pop it yet. Avalanche try and help him disengage. In comes the Mars, but he gets stunned on the way in. He needs to get off the BKB and the arena if he wants to have any chance in this fight. But the BKB is popped by Dino Zaverick. Smiling Knight has used the ultimate. BKB on Dino. He's trying to charge forward. The concoction's going to stun himself. He has to blink backwards. And in fact, Move, they want to re-engage. Can they try and get this Ember? The silence comes out. There's a Mars. Is there a stun? Yes, there is. Over onto the tree. Big, long-range impetuses. The Dino Zaverick will stun himself again in the middle of the fight. Do they have enough to go back in? Smiling Knight is still on the lane. He sort of wants to go. When they come, can they get the bashes and the roots? Yes. Death Prophet, they've been isolated and picked off. Bigdom, they didn't get out fast enough. They hung around, they overstayed their welcome. Yules over onto Encrad. He will throw out the Remnant and be able to get away. No, but there's a Tiny there with a Blink Toss, and he'll go down as well. Say him. Oh, this 4 Tiny. With the Blink doing everything that he needs. And onto the high ground they go. Move just out-maneuvering MindGames in that fight. In comes Alchemist. Will have the immediate blink away. Seeing that's a little bit dangerous there. No BKB for 16 seconds. Throw out the acid spray. Ember Ags, he's not going for it anymore. He's going for the BKB. I mean, if Alchemist manages to get an Aghanim Scepter together, sure. But at the moment, he's just trying to get more gold for himself. I don't think there'll be any gifted Ags anytime soon. Ember decided that if he wants to stand in these fights, he needs that BKB. Otherwise, he's just pretty useless. 3 seconds. He's going to charge it up. Tiny will get caught. Spear pushing him back. Silence will follow. 4 staff. The team, is it going to be enough? The impetus hit. Heal comes through with the mech. Rocket flare. Not going to be enough to do the job. These impetus hits, when you see him hit at max range, you sort of go, oh, it's going to be a lot of damage. Roche is ready. The big boy's here in his pit. And they put down acid spray. I mean, come into someone else's house and just put the acid spray down on the ground. I mean, that's pretty rude, if you ask me. And throw the creep in to get some vision. Battery assault has been used. Creep will be stolen from Enchantress. That's my creep, yoink. 5-man smoke from MindGames. I want to try and take the fight first. Battery assault is back up and available. Everyone has their spells. Alchemist, no ult for 4 seconds, but it should be ready to go. Antimem, he's sort of just trying to body block. Oh, don't stand right next to each other. They see Smiling Knight. In comes the combination, but he'll have a chance to get off some abilities. He needs a Hand of God out as well. Ghosts have been popped, but the stun comes out. Stun, follow-up spear over onto Ember Spirit, and they'll take him down. Ember's just dead without the ability to get anything off. Melajil got out the Sonic Wave. There's the big arena, catching him all inside. BKB pop from Dino Zaverick. He's trying to get to work, but out comes the Avalanche. BKB runs out, stunned onto the edge of the ramp, and here comes Big Bad Troll coming down for this Alchemist, and all of a sudden, you're feeling like you want a Troll in your draft instead of an Alchemist. There's the God's Rebuke. Bingham trying to get one last kill. It's a rampage for Smiling Knight. He just cleans up the whole team. And what's that? And what's that? Roshan, he kept. Now there's a shard here as well. So you see Spirit Mars upgrade is a super good shard. I'm not so sure the Aghanim shard on Troll is good. Is he going to grab it? Yeah. Shard on Mars is super value, and it's certainly an item you want to get, but there's just so many other items you want to get as well. If you can get that shard from the Roche, then Mars just really levels up his ability. The ability to impale 2 heroes with the Spear of Mars, that can just win you a team fight. All of a sudden, Spear of Mars becomes like an AoE ability that just completely ruins 2 heroes at the start of a fight. And often the spear will hit 2, but you might collect a support first, and you really wanted to get you know, get the core that's standing behind. Not anymore. Leaves a trail on the ground, a little bit extra damage, plus catching both, and you have yourself a little birthday present with the core and the support. Smiling Knight has a Skadi. He's working towards a Satanic. He is pretty big right now. This tier 2 tower never stood a chance. Smoke, 4-man. Only one not in it is the troll. He might even catch. There's a haste rune. Oh, this is just a dead. It's a dead. It's a dead Clockwork. Slayer will not be living any longer. But in the middle of the fight, Mars actually, Afterlife has found 2 with the stun. BB3 piece is going to be forced to pop the BKB. Out comes Sonic Wave. But BB3 piece will throw out the silence and walk away. Oh, Melagil's in with the haste. He wants to keep forcing abilities. All the while, Smiling Knight's just hitting towers with the Aegis. And how do they tackle this guy? He's going to have a Satanic when this Aegis wears out. If it doesn't wear out before they win the game, the high ground is under threat. Tier 3 tower, half HP. It's just dropping. There's nothing they can do to this guy. They do steal the creep. Enchantress and Chen in the same game is a little bit mind-bending. Have a way to heal him up here. He's starting to get a little low. They don't want to use the Aegis just hit all that long-range impetus hit. Yeah, pop the mech just in case. Let him heal up. He's got the Satanic available as well. He just heals up to full. I mean, I don't see any reason why they don't possibly just go back in here. They still have an Aegis. Troll is back to full. It took him a while to work him down. BP 3-piece. Item progression is stagnated. Has a casual plate mail, but hasn't worked into anything else yet at this point. Smiling Might up on the high ground. Here comes the toss combo over onto the Bingham. And he'll just die to the God's Rig. Enchantress is gone. No buyback on them. Smiling Knight pops this tank again. Heals back to full. And up he comes. Still hanging on to the Aegis. He's just laughing at him. Standing in it. And here comes the toss. BKB does get popped by Ankrat. Double stun coming through from the hook shot. And the Cogs following up. Looks like the Tiny will go down. But the Mars Arena is trying to lock them in. Duels over onto the Troll. Exorcism's been popped, I think. Yeah, Move just waited out. With the Exorcism down, you just half duration. You just wait. Go back, farm some creeps. And find yourself going back up there again. And all the while, he's farming towards a Nullifier as well. Smiling Knight, this Troll is huge. Look at the farm on Troll, look on the farm on Alchemist. It's very similar, 24k, 22k. But who would you rather have on your team right now? Yeah, in comes Melagil, tries to get out the slow onto BP3Ps. Actually doesn't have a BKB, will have to be force-staffed away. Afterlife, the Concoction will come forward. Troll actually getting controlled, that's the first life going down. Does have a BKB for the second life. Slayer gets caught against the building. Will just get ticked down from the dagger. Smiling Knight getting rooted into impetus hits coming through. Will be forced to pop the BK, but Bingham hasn't got that much more mana to spare. I mean, yeah, these impetus hits are doing work. He's probably only got another 6 hits or so in him. 15 mana a pop. But it will be enough to send Move packing off the high ground. So, Glyph was used. Were there any buybacks? Yeah, no buybacks. Aegis and Glyph used, traded on each side, and the Rax does stand. So for the side of MindGames, it's not terrible. Mars though has a Hex. That is terrible for them. The farm is starting to get a little bit out of control on the second and third core here. You can see Ember and the Death Prophet just lagging behind. They're an item behind now. Sayum has the Echo Saber as well. This 4 Tiny is getting huge. Echo with the Force. He can get in, get out, blink in, Force Staff out, do his combo with an Echo Saber hit as well. He's got a lot of damage. Particularly on an Enchantress, you get that second hit for free. If you can get the first hit off, get the second hit. 100% movement slow. Slayer gets the wards up. 4-man smoke coming through. Afterlife leading the charge with the blink. They're going to see where they are, but they blink the wrong way. But actually, they catch the Alchemist with the Hex, with the spear into the arena. And Alchemist is dead for 73 seconds. No buyback. And you know what? The side of Move, they're going to discover that pretty soon. All this gold on Alchemist, all for naught. Doesn't matter if you can't use it. That Hex We actually see it's the completed Wraith Pact on Pantomime as well, so Hex pickup from Afterlife, exactly what they needed on the side of move. And at the moment, they're moving towards victory. They can't really fight MindGames without the Alk. They know there's no buyback. If they commit here and lose, that game's just done. They might have to just be resigned to going to Megas. There's the opportunity they might just call the GGs here. There is a shard on Anchor. Actually, toss in. They will find Bingham. Troll's trying to get on top of him, but he will be force-staffed away. Actually, the Hex is on Ember. He's speared into the racks, and the Sonic Wave blows him up. Smiling Knight popping the BKB to get the damage out as well. Buyback from Ember. Here they go, on to Smiling Knight. He has got the ultimate off, so he's not going to die inside the cogs, although he is taking a lot of damage. And Crab with the BKB pop. Sayum went in with the combo, trying to get himself out. Troll will fall down. He has buyback if needed, but I doubt he'd want to use it at the moment. Troll will end up falling, and I think the rest of Move make their way out without casualties. Shouldn't be too much initial. Oh, they're hanging around. They want more. With Exorcism popped, I don't think it's a good idea. I think it'd be better if, for Move if they just backed off and let their troll respawn. They certainly don't want their troll to end up in a situation where he has to buy back, and then that gives you a lose condition. You certainly don't want your troll to buy back. In this stage, you are winning. You're 12k ahead against an Alchemist lineup. Bear this in mind. 12k ahead against an Alch. You know, in other circles, there's a name for that. It's called the game's over. They're going to go in. Hex. Damage. Spear into the arena. There's a Sonic Wave available. Do they have enough damage? Yes, they will. He will go down. The hook comes in. Tries to catch Quap on the way out. There is a silence, but he'll BKB and blink away. Just going to TP off. See you later. BKB on Afterlife as well. And he'll TP out. The bash doesn't get in range from Alchemist. The last hit of the arena managed to get the damage. He had a BKB. If he lived even for a moment, then he gets the BKB off, doesn't take the damage from the flame on the ground of the spear, and he'd be just fine. So in terms of where we are, let's switch over to buyback status just to see. Troll has it. So does the Mars and the Chen for the side of Dire. Enchantress and the DP are the only ones with buyback currently on the side of MindGames. Alchemist isn't short of time. He's short of money like a lot of the other heroes in the game at the moment. He should farm that money pretty quickly as long as he doesn't buy out. And he's looking to get this Wind Waker. Potentially will buy out for that and not have the buyback. Anchored is looking pretty sad in his position at the moment. 16k net worth. You can really just resort to doing a little bit of rat pushing and hopefully do it. It's vodka. What did you say that got muted? I can't see it. It got asterisks. I thought I turned off all the moderating. You made the stars yourself. The ultimate bait. Scared of Nightbot fever. You called GG there, I see. It's vodka. I'm not sure it's GG just yet. I mean, Gaben doesn't... It's 1%. Gaben doesn't lie. Gaben doesn't lie. There's actually a Hex on Melagil at the moment as well. Just call that out while we're in the pause. The double Hex. So between Melagil and Afterlife, they can pretty much lock down someone. What's the Hex is 2.5 seconds, right? 3.5 seconds. Yeah, so 7 seconds of Hex duration plus a spear on top. 3.4. I mean, it's 11 seconds of stun. Pretty much. 10.5 seconds of stun. Uninterruptible stun, 10.5 seconds. Enchantress jumping back into the game.
An ephemeral match.
gem on Enchantress. So if Bingham can try and get out on the map and actually get a little bit of vision control, that'd be what MindGames are looking for. I want to see what Siam's heading for. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's going for the ad, getting the tree volley. Love to see it. This 4 tiny. This is now what you call luxury. Luxury items, tiny. 4 tiny, getting an Aghanim Scepter. He's coming up on the net worth of DP. He's not far away. Meanwhile, Smiling Knight still has space to grow. Thinking about getting an Abyssal. The Aghanim's Blessing would be super good if you get it from Roche. Just getting the Dispel on self axes and Dispel on the ranged axes. So thinking about what he could dispel off here. These cannot be dispelled. Nature's Attendants cannot be dispelled. Actually, there's quite a bit that cannot be dispelled. Actually, this is dispellable. Oh no, the slow on yourself is dispellable. So not so much the dispels on the enemy, but certainly the self dispels to keep yourself active in the fight. The Aghanim's Blessing would be a real boon to grab from the Roche pit. So MindGames, this feels a little bit YOLO. They do scan on the high ground. They know they're there. They're going to go the long way around. Do they have a secondary smoke? Yeah, they do have a secondary smoke. Don't think so. No. You can't dispel the Unstable Concoction while it's being charged. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life before. Strong Dispel will dispel the stun, but you can't dispel it being charged. But certainly the self-dispel would be really good. Oh, here we go. In with the Blink Toss, and oh, that Enchantress is probably going to die immediately, but in comes the hook. A big Sonic Wave, pushing him actually out of the cogs. Buyback immediately from Enchantress, getting back into the fight. Clockwork buys back as well. Roche is up for grabs here. It's an Aghanim Scepter. This will probably be the game breaker if Move managed to get this Aegis. If MindGames get it, they probably are back in it. But I wouldn't say they win. Dino Zavrik starting to charge up the stun. If they saw this, they'd probably be going straight for him right now. It has the Berserk Potion to throw as well. That shard upgrade. It's the creep battle in the pit. Creep battle in the pit. The Enchantress creep wins, but you know, there is no real winning here, Bingham. Moving forward, gotta be careful. He has no buyback now. In gets the toss. They have the Hex follow-up. Yes, they do. Onto the Clockwork. Heals self. In comes BKB Diozavrik with the stun over onto Pantomime. They're gonna get the damage. The Chen is dead, but there's a buyback. Hand of God will come out. Slayer goes down, no buyback. Afterlife with the big arena on the back line and the Gods of Root. Take out an Enchantress, no buyback there either. Stun over on Troll. Think he can turn around here still. He has his ultimate and he will pop it onto Ember. And the Alchemist will go as well. That one speared on the same tree. And there's the GG coming out. Game 2 going over to Move. And we are going to a game 3.